Hi there. It's September the 21st and we're continuing our progress through the prophecies of Isaiah, in Hebrew Yeshayahu, God will save. And we're now in chapters 37 and 38. We've already said that chapters 36 to 39 are narrative chapters, and therefore chapter 36 we've seen the threats of Sennacherib of Syria through his official, the Rabshakeh, who's come and has delivered the warning to Jerusalem that it's going to be crushed by Assyria. And we've also seen that Eliakim and Shebna, the king's officials, haven't got into arguments with him. But now at the beginning of chapter 37, they come, and Shebna and Eliakim come to King Hezekiah, who is the king at this time, who is a godly king, who's a king who has made sure that all of the distractions from the Lord, all of the idols, in fact all of the high places, are closed down, and he is wholeheartedly given to the Lord. And therefore, in chapter 37, Hezekiah comes and brings this plea to the Lord to deliver them. And it's Isaiah who responds. Isaiah brings the word that says that they're not to fear because Assyria is going to be overcome. And actually there's going to be a time of plenty in the land, there's going to be a time of provision. God is really going to deliver them. And at the end of the chapter we find an amazing miracle takes place, that overnight thousands and thousands of Assyrians are struck down without a blow being struck by Israel. God totally delivers them in a miraculous way. And so Jerusalem is saved and Jerusalem is delivered in the rule of Hezekiah. Then in chapter 38 we come to the story of Hezekiah being ill and Hezekiah's health failing, and Isaiah tells him that he's going to die, that the sickness is to death, and so he prays. It's amazing that Hezekiah actually turns his face to the wall, it says, and he prays, and he says, Lord, will you rescue me? I've lived wholeheartedly for you. And the Lord gives him an extra 15 years of life, and he also gives him a sign that the sun shadow will go back on the sundial, and this is a totally miraculous thing that is not looked for in one sense, but it's the sign that God will heal Hezekiah. And then there's a wonderful psalm of praise that Hezekiah speaks out, saying, I was going to go down to death, I was going to be reckoned among the dead, but God has delivered me, God has set me free, and I will be among the living. It's a beautiful sound of praise, a beautiful psalm of thanksgiving to God for the rescue that Hezekiah experiences. It's great to see that in this narrative there's this intervention of God in the history of the nation, in the history of the king, that when we bring our affairs, even our everyday affairs, even the affairs of our lives before the Lord, he can intervene and he can turn things around in ways that we can never foresee. Have a very good September the 21st.